Hi there, my name's Reza.
Hi, I'm Fauve.
Today, our video is going to be on internet piracy.
Internet piracy in Canada.
In Canada.
In Canada.
And where?
Canada.
Interesting.
Hey.
So, first, we're going to be defining piracy, or pirates in general.
Pirates.
Pirates
Pirates have hooks. Pirates have
hooks.
parrots.
Pirates also have computers, and they use them. Pirates are people who go online and take content that does not belong to them for free.
And then they give it to other people who also don't have to pay for it.
Yep. This process is called P2P, or peer-to-peer sharing. So now that we've defined what a pirate is, we're going to define what a pirate does.
Internet piracy is copyright infringement or copyright violation that is unauthorized or prohibited use of works covered by copyright law.
That was very long. In short form, internet piracy is taking copyrighted material online that does not belong to you and making it your own.
So how does a file go from being created in the studio to the downloader, the pirate? It's called the Internet Piracy Hierarchy.
And it doesn't involve ships.
The release group comes first.
Interesting. What is the release group?
The release group, it's when a company creates products. Someone called an end user obtains said product, the copyright material. And they're usually people who have an inside access to the company's database, or they're just hackers. They obtain the materials and they distribute them to the top sites.
Top sites are sites that only hackers have access to. Once someone gets material from a company that was gained illegally, they put it up in these top sites, and the hackers would come from all around and get it from these top sites, and then they would give it to couriers.
Couriers are the people who have access to the top sites and who take the pirated content and put it on the distribution sites.
Distribution sites are sites like BitTorrent or Pirate Bay, which pretty much everyone has heard of. So what these places do, what these sites do, is that they take this material and they put it directly online, where anybody can come along and click something and just download the file.
Leechers. Leechers are people who have access to the internet and who want pirated copies of content for no cost. Leechers are people like you and like me.
And me! So once the pirated content gets to the consumer, and the consumer is enjoying this pirated content, what happens to the people who were missed? The people who it legally should have gone through?
Who's
What happens
that?
to them? Well, I mean, first we should talk about who creates the material, right? Like the artists.
Like actors, singers, songwriters, musicians,
Yeah.
authors of the music, the
So-
songwriter.
If people are pirating media, then what happens to the artists?
Theoretically, it would affect the artist because the more we download, the less we actually buy. So the less the artist profits from the music.
Thus, in effect, if an artist does not make money for his music, then there's really no motivation to make more music unless he actually likes making music.
Contrarily, though, people still hear the artist on the radio, through their friends. So the more the music is downloaded because the people like their music, the more popular it will become, whether or not it's paid for.
So the more people download it from pirate sites, even though they're not paying for it there, it will spread and become more popular.
Since studies show that piracy does not have an actual effect on album sales, the artist actually gains more exposure than they would if piracy did not exist.
The second kind of group affected by internet piracy is actually entertainment companies. And entertainment companies we can break down into three groups. The first of those being record companies. In the past 5 years, retail sales of CDs and cassette sound recordings in Canada have dropped by almost 30%, representing losses in almost $425 million.
The top 10 best-selling records in Canada sold 5.9 million units in 1999, compared to 3.4 million in 2003.
Record companies say that they're losing money because of piracy, and according to the facts that we just spewed out, this might be the case. However, there is no actual evidence to show that these declines in sales are due to internet piracy. They could be due to something else, something like decreasing quality of music, Justin Bieber. So now let's talk about the flip side.
It has been shown that P2P file sharing actually has little to no effect on record sales. Thus, internet piracy does not affect record sales.
Yeah. According to a study at the University of London in 2007, internet piracy actually does more good than harm. So the second type of entertainment group that is affected by internet piracy is actually movie studios and movie theaters, etc.
Movie studios in 2003 claimed that they had lost approximately $3 billion due to internet piracy. According to a study at Indiana University and many other congruent studies, there are both positive and negative effects of internet piracy on the movie industry. A negative impact is, simply put, if someone can get a movie for free online and they really don't care about quality, they're going to get it online, not go to the theater, not spend the $10, $15 on the movie ticket. A positive effect is the word of mouth effect. If someone downloads a movie online, says they like it, and talks to their friend about it, their friend is going to want to go see that movie. Just over a year ago, a hacker penetrated the corporate servers at Valve, the game company responsible for the first-person shooter game, Half-Life. He came away with a beta version of Half-Life 2. Here we are with Frank. Frank, tell me about your story. How did you get Half-Life 2?
So basically, there was this guy inside the company. He gave me this code that I used to get the game. It's called a source code, right? And basically, I use it to go into their system. I hacked into their system because that's what I do. I hack. And
you're a hacker.
Because I'm a hacker. But I got in there and I got Half-Life 2. I got the actual game. The beta version, I mean, it's not the full thing, but it's pretty much there.
So Frank, how long did it take for Half-Life 2 to spread?
Well, basically, once I put it up on Anathema, which is an underground site that us hackers use, you can't tell anyone about it, but it's spelled Anathema. Yeah, write it down.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Once I put it up there, it went to 300 files downloaded, then 300,000, and 3,000 somewhere in the middle. But anyways, I just ruined Valve. Like, I mean, the company has just...
And when was this supposed to come out?
On Christmas. It was supposed to be a Christmas blockbuster.
So you ruined Christmas
I
for
ruined
Valve.
Christmas for everyone at that company.
But I guess you saved a lot of families a lot of money. They
A
didn't
lot
have
of
to
money.
come out
I'm like
and buy
Santa Claus, actually. Video game companies are actually pretty much negative in every way. Like, they're losing out, and there's no positive effects of internet piracy on them. Honestly, if you can get it online, there's honestly no point in going out to rent it or going out to buy the game. We're going to talk about someone else. We're going to talk about middlemen. And middlemen are the people who get the products from the entertainment industry and they give it to the consumer, but they sell it to the consumer, so they're not free, like internet sharing.
No.
So first, we're going to talk about record stores.
With the emergence of internet piracy and even legal downloading of music, no one wants to go to the record store and buy a CD, buy an album.
All right, now let's talk about Canada specifically. Canada is hailed and criticized for being a safe haven for internet pirates. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's because its lackluster laws are poor when it comes to combating internet piracy. That's why Canadians are sometimes seen as the gypsies of the internet.
Some people say if Canada doesn't change its approach to intellectual property, its economic state will suffer. Because creators of knowledge, if they're not being compensated for their knowledge because of pirates, they won't stay in Canada.
Now, you'd think that there would be some kind of government body to regulate P2P sharing in Canada. However, the CRTC decided in 1999 to not regulate it because they decided it wasn't a threat. They concluded that the internet was meeting the objectives of the Broadcasting Act and the Telecommunications Act.
Article in the Toronto Star, Michael says that Canada is being unfairly painted as an internet pirate stronghold. But actually, Canadian record sales declined 7.4% last year, and that, while that is significant, it's only 0.2% above the global average, whereas the US and Japan actually declined sales almost 11% each, but were not scrutinized as closely for it.
The Business Software Alliance has actually labeled Canada as a low piracy country and a leader.
In conclusion,
we just wanted to say thank you for watching our video, and we just wanted you to know that pirates don't always have a hook and claw. sometimes they're Canadian.
And they have computers.